guys, so today I'm going to do my Pan That Palette update, and I feel like the first month of any palette you learn so much about it and kind of go through it. Especially this is one that I had not really played with at all, so it was really fun this month to really get to play with it and really get to see like what works, what doesn't. And I filmed that introduction a little bit before the end of the year. And so we got a food scale at the end of the year. And so I ended up weighing this palette on December 29th, and it was 883 grams. That's like the whole palette all together. So I wanted to kind of throw that out there because each month I'm going to be weighing it. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why it might weigh a little bit different this month. When I first weighed it, it had everything in it. I'm not going to be using everything. I'm not going to be keeping everything in there. So that's why I'm going to talk about it. So if you don't remember, my palette was the Sephora Blockbuster. I think it was the 2011 palette. It just looks like this. I'm really excited about this palette. There were some things, like I said, that I learned. So it had a mascara in it, and I went in to use the mascara. I used it for a few days, and then it legitimately dried up. So this is no longer going to be in the palette. I'm just going to take it out just because I don't want to have to deal with it in the palette, as well as these two brushes. I thought there was a third one, but I can't find it. So these two brushes, this one is a double-ended one, and then there's this one. I just am not going to use these brushes. They've been just sitting in there. So these three products together are 11 grams. So that kind of skewed my number a little bit because when I weighed it this morning, it was 868 grams. I didn't use that much product because when I set these on it again, it was 879. So I actually used 4 grams of product, which is awesome and amazing for a little less than a month of progress, about 3 weeks. So that was really exciting to have used up 4 grams. That is equivalent to 4 eyeshadows in this palette, but it doesn't just have eyeshadows, as I've talked about before. So those grams are not going to go to zero either. It's not like I have 800 grams, like over 800 grams to use up, because that includes the packaging too. So, and it's pretty bulky packaging. So we're going to start with the eyeshadows. So this is where we're at. I do have one shadow that has pan on it right over here, and then I have some ones that have really big dips in them. And for January, I just used whatever color I wanted, whenever I wanted, whatever. But for February, just like my other palette, I focused on a column a month. I'm going to try and do that this year as well, just because it really helps. Because even though, like, I used up 4 grams of product, all I did was hit pan on this. I have lots of dips, and I know I'd have like lots of pan if I just kept doing what I was doing. But I really want to focus on certain like columns each month just to get those out of the way. It made my motivation so much stronger in my Pan That palette last year, and then I was able to like really work with those colors. So I'm going to be using this column right here for February. So I actually have pretty big dips in these 2 shades because I've been really working on them. And when I use these, I use this one. But the shimmery shades in this palette are super powdery. The matte ones are too, to be honest. Like, this is just a really powdery palette. I end up cleaning up a lot. But if you can see, I'll see if I can show you one. If you see over here, I use these like neutral shades, but if you look over here, you can see that the powder got inside these other shades. So it's just super powdery, which I think is going to help it go a little bit faster, which is fine, because this is a palette I chose because I don't ever pull it out. I don't ever play with it. And so even if it only takes, if it takes the whole year, then great. But if not, that's okay too. The next part of this palette is lip products, and I've been trying to use them in the morning, but they are not my top priority at all. So if like all the eyeshadow and other products that I plan on using up are gone, then I'm just going to count the lip products good too. And the lip products are in here. You can see that they also have some shadow on them, but I haven't used up any of them, really hit pan on any of them. I've just been kind of using whatever one looks interesting for the day. And if they're really gloppy, I think I'm like gloopy and gloppy, I think I'm just going to take a like tissue and get it out. I had one today that was super gloopy. Normally they've been pretty good, to be honest with you. That's why I wasn't like, I'm just going to get rid of them all. But today one of them was really like gloopy and gloppy, so I think I'm going to get rid of that one just so that I don't put it on my lips, because then I had to really clean up. Like, I had to rebrush my teeth and like redo part of my makeup because I put that lip product on. So I might just like get rid of it just because I don't want to use it either. So, and if I'm not going to use a color, if the color is bad, whether it's the lipsticks or the eyeshadows or the blushes or whatever, then I am definitely going to get rid of it, because I don't want to just like it to stay in my palette. I want it to be gone so I don't use it again, or just so that it's gone and I'm not going to use it anyways, so why just leave it in the palette, you know, type of a thing. So speaking of that, we're going to go to the bottom, and this is where the brushes and the mascara and then the eyeliners are right here. If you watched my January project pan, you know I just finished up an eyeliner, so I'm going on to the eyeliners in here. They do have two eyeliners, a brown one and a black one. And I am using this black one. I'm going to be using this black one until it is gone. I'm going to be measuring it. I'm really sorry, guys. I need to paint my nails. I'm going to be measuring it against this brown one, just because I'm not going to use the brown one until the black one's gone. That's what I've decided. And the black one isn't super pigmented. They look very similar actually on the eyes. And so, yeah. And these have not been irritating my eyes. So that's a good thing. Because if they were, then I was going to just toss them. But this is what the other products are. These are 6 cream eyeshadows. Or cream eyeliners, either one. They're 0.26 or 0.62 grams, and I use this one a lot. I use this one a decent amount. I think the other ones once or twice, but every time I would wear these, my eyes would itch, and I was trying to figure out like what it was, because I just started using this whole entire palette. I was using the mascara, I was using the eyeliner, like this, and these for like cream shadows. I was using the eyeshadows, I was using the blushes, so I was using everything, so I wasn't sure what it was. So I started eliminating things. The mascara dried out, so I didn't have to worry about that because my eyes were still itching after that. And then I stopped using the eyeliner. I was using my Project Pan eyeliner. They were still itching. And then I used a different eyeshadow one day, still itched. And these were the only things, and since I've stopped using them, my eyes have stopped itching. So what I'm going to do is, honestly, I'm going to take a like paper towel and just take them all out, because this is from 2011. This is a super old palette. I'm not going to keep things in here that I'm not going to use. That's just how I work. If I'm like not going to use it, I'm just going to get rid of it. And so, I mean, it was already, like, since they're cream, kind of, like, sketchy if you should use them or not. But I was going to try them, and if they didn't irritate my eyes or, like, have any side effects, I was going to use them. But on this, I do not want my eyes itching, obviously. Eyes itching is not a good thing. So, all of these are going just because I was using them, like, I wasn't just using one of them. Because I was using this one. And then I was thinking, maybe it is that, I'll change it. And every single one of these did it. And even if I was going to use it as an eyeliner, it's still super close to my eyes, even closer. So all of these eyeliner cream bases are going to be gone. I will be putting cream like eyeshadows in my Project Pan, and then I'll be using these as eyeliners, just to let you know. I'm not going to like hurt my eyes because I want to get this done. I'm going to get rid of it. So, just so you know. The other things that are in here are 4 blushes, or 3 blushes and a bronzer. I've been using this as a bronzer. And for most of January, I used whatever one I wanted. I decided I'm going to focus on this bright pink one for now, and then in the summertime go towards this like darker one, because I will get a little bit more tan in the summertime, and then go to like this peachy one more in the fall time. So I'm going to be using these two. These two are the ones where we will be tracking progress. I really won't be using these two. Maybe once if I really feel like it's going to look, my look's going to be better that way. But this looks good with the eyeshadows I picked out too for the month, like that row, so, or that column, I guess. So anyways, there's that. But I know this was a little bit of a longer update, but that's just because I did have some things to explain, and it is like a multi-purpose palette, and so the updates might be a little bit longer just because I have a lot to show you and a lot to probably talk about, like what's working, what's not working. But hopefully getting those cream shadows out of the way, and then any gloopy like lip gloss or lipstick, whatever they are. Let's see what they call them. Lip glosses out of the way. They're really pigmented, so they could be like lipsticks, but they do have that formula of a lip gloss, so I wasn't sure what they called them. So that might cause like my weight to go down a little bit more next month without those cream eyeshadows in there. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to keep them in there just to keep them in there, because it makes it look really messy because the blushes are getting like stuck in them. And I don't want to like forget and use them and have my eyes itch all day. It was not fun. And I tried to put a primer on it before, and it still didn't work, kind of like a barrier, and it still didn't work. And none of those are really good like cream blushes or anything like that, or highlights that, because I was trying to think of ways I could use them, just not around my eyes, and I just couldn't figure out anyway. And then it was like, it's not even worth it. I have other products that I need to work on anyways. So yeah, just an update on my Pan That palette. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry this is long and rambly. Let me know if you're doing a Pan That palette, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.